guys, it's Talisha. Welcome back to part 4 of Bambi's recovery, and this video is an exciting one because she's coming back into work in this video. So let's just get right into it. Today is the day that we lunch Bambi again. This is so exciting. Oh my god. I am so overly excited to do this, and I wasn't actually going to be lunging her until next week, but she's going so well and has healed up amazingly that she's actually alright to lunge now. And as I've mentioned in previous videos, she's actually not been lame at all this whole entire time. So, hello! So, like, it's not like I was ever waiting for her to not be lame, because she literally was never lame. I was just waiting for her wounds to get to a place where they were healed enough to start working her. I'm not going to be lunging her in any equipment or anything like that, especially for the first time. I do plan on putting a lunge roller on her eventually. The very first lunging session, I'm just going to go with a bridle and the lunge line. Are we ready, Bambi? Oh, you're so cute. So, that spray that I used on those cuts about, what, over a month ago now, has still not come off. The last time I used it on her body was literally over a month ago. But here is the current Bambi condition. Looking mighty fine considering she is out of work. Really happy with her condition at the moment. Is there a fly annoying you, Bambi? But yes. Are we ready? Are we ready? She could not care less. I am so excited, and she's here like, I don't know, I was kind of enjoying my break. You have fun. So I'm just going to lunge her for about 5 or 10 minutes. No more than 10. I'll probably do 5 each way. As it's not like she's been out of work for 6 months or anything crazy. So I think I'll do 5 minutes each way. And just see how she goes. Might do a tiny little canter, but I'm mostly going to be doing walk and trot, and I'll maybe just canter her once each way. So just a nice easy lunge. I'm not going to ask for any big trots or anything like that. Just let her do what she wants on the lunge. So I'm literally showing you the very first moments of me lunging her, and this is how quiet she's been. So quiet and nice. What a good girl. Going with the giraffe neck today, are we? Giraffe neck today. So we just did 5 minutes each way. She's just having a nice walk out. And then that's all we're doing for the day. I might do this again tomorrow for the same amount of time. So I might do this again tomorrow. So I think I'll do this again tomorrow, and then she'll have 2 days off, and then I'll lunge her again Monday, and we'll go from there. They're still healing really well. Hair is growing over the stitches really nicely. Well, the stitch marks, I should say. This one just keeps getting smaller and smaller. And then the one over here is being its amazing self and is just healing ridiculously well. So luckily it is dry enough just here for me to do a bit of lunging. I've just got the elastic ropes on her so she can put her head wherever she wants. And it just I've just got them on a low setting so it encourages her to put her to stretch down and reach out long and low like she is now. As you can see, she's putting her head wherever she pleases, having moments of long and low, then putting it up and just finding where's comfortable. So yeah, this will just, they are elastic so they can move and stretch with her, and as you can see they're very loose, so when she's actually got her head wherever she pleases it's long, and then when she puts it up it gets a little bit tighter, but it is elastic so she still can put her head right up if she pleases, but it's just more comfortable for her to go long and low, as we want to encourage her to work over her back especially as she's been out of work. So she's lost quite a bit of the muscle over her back, and this will encourage that. So this will encourage her to use her back and to work in a proper, nice, comfortable frame. So I'm only going to be trotting her and walking her today just because it is a little bit wet, and this area isn't really ideal for cantering. So we're just going to be walking and trotting and doing a lot of transitions. So now she's relaxed and she's starting to stretch down more. Good. Wow, so this is an exciting time. Bambi's first ride back. So after the 2 times lunging, she was just so good, I realised that she probably didn't need to be lunged too many times. So I gave her the weekend off, and then on Monday I took her to a local indoor arena as we flooded. We had about 100 mils of rain over the weekend, unfortunately. So it was just not, I couldn't even lunge at home. It was so bad. So I decided to take her to an indoor that she's familiar with. We go here for lessons. She's really familiar with this arena. And she was just an absolute saint. Did not put a foot wrong. She was just a little bit zoomy, as expected. She had lots of energy, but she was so quiet and just an absolute angel. I was so amazed with how well behaved she was. As you can see, she's a bit inconsistent with the contact, but I was expecting that, obviously, because she's been out of work for nearly 2 months. But she was just so willing and doing everything that I asked of her. She's obviously lost a bit of muscle, so holding her head in that frame is not as easy as it was 2 months ago. It's been a bit less than 2 months, so she was able to come back into work a lot sooner, which was really, really good just because of how well she healed. So this ride, all I focused on was circles and serpentines. So mainly in the trot, we did a lot of serpentines, as that's what I find slows her trot down the best. She was just really zoomy, and just wanting to go, go, go. So I was just trying to have more control of her shoulder and just have her listening to me. I mean, she was listening to me, but she just wanted to just power through and do that big Bambi trot. So I focused a lot on this, and I figured I'd leave it all in for you, even the little dodgy bits and where she throws her head and argues a little bit, just because it's the process. And I also decided to have a go at some of the laterals in the trot. I didn't film that, unfortunately, because it was at the end of the ride, but I just did some shoulder ins, travers, leg yields, and she did them like she'd done them last week, you know, like you couldn't even tell that she hadn't done them for so long, because I just asked shoulder and she's like, yeah, okay, and I was like, all right, what about travers? She's like, yeah, no worries, that's fine, I'll do that. And same with the leg yields. She's just awesome. I gave her lots of walk breaks as well, just to make sure she had her little breaks. I rode her for half an hour, and she could have gone for longer, but there was no reason to push her for longer, considering she's been out of work for so long. She did not feel unfit at all. She still felt like she could just keep going, but she was so good that half an hour was enough for her. I've also got a lesson tomorrow, which is really exciting, and same arena and also for half an hour. So it'll be much the same as what we're doing, except just obviously with a coach, and we'll be doing a few more things, probably a bit more interesting than this ride here. Also, that was the first time I cantered her, and she did such a lovely little transition, because if you guys have been following me for a while, you know that Bambi struggles with keeping a frame into canter. Spook there, thought I'd leave that in. She hates that end of the arena, so she quite often spooks there. But yeah, so I will be putting the lesson in the next part of this video, but the plan for the rest of the week is lesson tomorrow, then she'll have Wednesday off, and then she'll have a light lunge Thursday and Friday, and then the weekend off. You won't see the lunge work, as this will be out before the lunge work. But yeah, I'm so happy. This is the other side, first time doing her right canter, so the transition was a bit dodgy, but honestly so proud of her. She's a bit inconsistent in the contact and her mouth is going a little bit. That's just her finding the contact and finding that strength that she hasn't used in a while. But I was just amazed with her. She was so willing, and I'm so excited for tomorrow's lesson, and I will definitely be including those clips straight after these because I'm sure you guys will want to see how she goes, because she's just a little superstar. And here's a little canter shoulder in, because I was like, let's canter down the long side. She's like, no, let's just do canter shoulder in. I was like, oh, if you feel strong enough to do that, sure, go for your life. But I was doing 10 meter, 20 meter circles and canter. 10 meters are what she used to find really hard, and she did them so easily. So I don't think she's actually lost much of her strength, which is really, really good. Yeah, I'm just so proud of her. She's just the best young horse ever. Like, seriously, she's amazing. I'm obsessed with her. So here are some clips from my lesson. Now, I'm actually really disappointed because Dad filmed 13 minutes worth of footage at the start of my lesson, and that corrupted when I exported it. So this is towards the end of my lesson, hence why I look like trash, and I am trying so hard to get her to go forward because she was pooped by then. But anyway, it'll still give you an idea. Unfortunately, it just missed out all of our lateral work, which is a shame. Because I didn't film that in yesterday's ride, and I just look horrible in these clips. But anyway, it's not about me, it's about my horse, and just to make, give another excuse, but it's not really an excuse, it's the truth. I haven't ridden since Bambi went out of work because I gave myself a break from riding when she got injured. So I'm just as out of work as she is, keep in mind. So that's why I also look like trash. But then, yeah, Bambi looks amazing, so someone clearly came back into work better than I did. Anyway, she was awesome. My coach was so happy with her, and he said that it's just amazing how well she's come back and how strong she's come back. She's just honestly going so well, and we are all so proud of her. He was so happy with the both of us. We focused a lot on transitions, and yeah, warmed up doing a lot of the lateral work, and a lot of trot work, which is what unfortunately I lost. But yeah, you can still get an idea. We did a lot more canter today than I did in the ride yesterday, which you would have already seen, and just focusing on trying to slow her canter down a bit, which obviously is quite hard for her at the moment too. We also did do a little bit of like some canter loops, only slight loops as she hasn't done them for so long. But yeah, lost that too. So this is the last 10 minutes of our lesson, sorry. But she was just awesome, and she was just getting tired by this point, which is fair enough. So I was, that's why you can see my legs going so much. But she was so good. I'm just so happy with her and how strong she's come back from this. It's honestly, you can barely tell she's been out of work. The only way you can tell is just that she has lost that little bit of fitness and strength. Not much though. And especially strength-wise, she hasn't lost much at all, if any, honestly. But the canter showed that she had lost a little bit. Nearly fell out of canter then. She was like, I'm tired, I'm done. But yeah, she was really, really good. And it doesn't feel like we've lost much, which is great. So she's gonna get a nice couple days off after 2 really good rides, and obviously she hasn't been ridden in a while, so yeah. And here is a bit more of our trot, which some reason I had 45 seconds of just trotting, so that's this. Yet 13 minutes of footage from the start of the lesson is just gone. But this is gonna be the last Bambi recovery video because, as you can see, she's recovered. So I'm gonna show you some photos that I took after the lesson of her wounds. Like, how amazing. You can't even call them wounds anymore, honestly. This is just insane. And then I've also attached some before and afters. So this is the one above her, below her knee. Top left is obviously when it happened, then you go on the right where the stitches happen, and then bottom left, stitches broke, which was expected, the vet said. And then the middle bottom, more healing, and then the bottom right is obviously what it looks like today. So it's honestly just amazing. I am so blown away with this cut, especially how well it's healed, because my vet told me that both would most definitely leave a decent sized scar. As you can see, if it does scar, it's going to be literally the size of my pinky fingernail. Because it just keeps getting smaller, so it's a bit bigger than that at the moment, than my pinky fingernail, obviously, but it's been healing so well. I honestly have full hopes that it won't scar at all. It's just honestly amazing having, 8 stitches or something like that, and to look like what it looks like now is just honestly amazing. So all her scars right now are just being treated with vitamin E oil, which will promote the hair growth and recovery. Throughout this, she's also been on obviously the TuffRock GI, and then transitioned her over to the TuffRock conditioner, which I believe has helped immensely in the recovery of these wounds. I really don't think they would be healing as quickly and making a full recovery, and most likely won't even leave a mark on her skin if I was not using these products, because they have just really helped with her healing from the inside out. And here we have the one that just missed her tendon, the potential dangerous one, which obviously was not dangerous. Like, none of these cuts will have any lasting effects on her. She's completely fine. This one was deep and just missed her tendon. Like, my vet could literally feel her tendon sheath, and she had just missed it. And look at that tiny little dot on her skin now. All has healed. Everything. Hair has grown back completely apart from that tiny little dot. And like the last one, the dot just keeps getting smaller. And oh gosh, that little dot is so tiny. Like, it's probably half the size of my pinky fingernail. So it's just, I'm honestly so happy. And I did not expect her legs to come out looking so clean after this. I'm honestly so lucky. And then here's the one that she did on first night of box rest. Top left is when the vet came out the following morning to cut off the bit of skin as he was not able to stitch it. The right is after my first bandage change, and it started to look a bit dodgy, but not too bad. Bottom left is slight granulation. It wasn't actually proud flesh. The vet said he wouldn't even call it proud. I thought it was proud, but he said he wouldn't even call it that, and it needs to heal like this because of the area it was in order to heal. And then bottom right is what it looks like as of today. So I'm just so blown away by the progress and how lucky both Bambi and I have been. Obviously more Bambi than me, but it's a huge relief on me and makes me feel so much better that what I've been doing has been working, and she's been healing so well. So I hope you guys enjoyed the series of Bambi's recovery. It was something I really enjoyed making, and I know will be great for me to look back on in the future. I really hope you guys learnt something, like how to handle injuries similar to Bambi's, physically and mentally, as I spoke about how I treated her wounds and how I mentally handled the situation, as it was really tough at first, but just got to see the good in things. And as you can see, Bambi has made a full recovery quicker than expected and came back like nothing ever happened. You just need to think positively and try your best with what you can do. Obviously, not everyone is as lucky as Bambi was, and both Bambi and I should say, in this situation, but don't give up. I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye!